Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the April 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at what's coming for April. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But Scorpio, let's go back to this first column, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card, I will forgive. So likely some forgiveness in these last few weeks or month for you. Forgiving is good because it really lifts the weight off of us. You see this picture with these wings here. It kind of gives us ability to fly again once we've forgiven. So let's go ahead and see though what messages we've got here. Ooh, sorry, that's really far out of frame. Okay. All right, so first up we have the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is a card of going through a necessary transition. On the original tarot deck, there's a boat with a bunch of swords stuck in it, but the boat is heading in a forward, positive direction. So that's one nice thing is the 6 of Swords is always means that we're going forward. We're going through a necessary transition. We're going on to something better with the 6 of Swords. This can also be a card of actually physically moving or relocating as well. The next card that we have is the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is a card of having to make a decision. I do feel like you likely had to make the decision to do this forgiveness to move forward here with the boat. And then at the bottom, we have the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is a card of anxiety, grief, depression. This is something that was really holding you down and holding you back. So a lot of low feelings associated with it. So I'm glad to see that we have some forgiveness and we're able to move forward from it. One thing I do want to point out is these are all sword cards. So sword cards are cards of intellect, and oftentimes it's associated with air signs. Let's go ahead and take a look at what clarifiers we have here. First up, we have the Tower card. The Tower card is a card of unwanted change. The nice thing about the Tower card is it always takes us where we need to go, but perhaps we weren't sure if we wanted to forgive or weren't really sure if we wanted to move forward from this point. So again, it may not have been a change that we felt like we truly wanted or were ready for yet, but again, the forgiveness overall seems to look really good. The Tower card, I always say, like, you plan for A, B, C, and D, E, F happens instead. So not maybe a change or even a situation that we wanted to be in, Scorpio. The next card that we have is the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. So it's very long-term energy. Again, to move forward, to get to what we want, we needed to be able to forgive, I don't know about forget, but definitely let go so we can move forward towards this desire. And at the bottom here, we have the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is a card of bully, theft, violence, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship typically. So that very well could have been the situation that we're forgiving, or the situation that was causing the low feelings. Okay, now at this time, let's take a look at our next column, which is anything just general, what's coming for April. We have a summary affirmation card of I Will Guide. I Will Guide is a really neat card too. So this is about sometimes guiding yourself, guiding others. This could be guiding your children through something in these next few weeks or month. The key though, I know it's really, really hard to see, but there's a tiny little heart inside the lantern on this card. And the key is to make sure you're guiding from your heart with good intentions there. So let's take a look and see what messages we've got for this row. First up, we have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card that's very friendship focused. This is also a card of circle of support. So there could be a friend that is helping guide you, or you could be guiding a friend. But again, you are within this circle of support. This can also be a card of celebration, so definitely a favorable outcome or some sort of celebration coming in these next few weeks. We have the Knight of Wands up next. The Knight of Wands is a card of being very free-spirited. When I see this card, it almost like screams freedom. So it's very freeing and very creative. This sounds interesting, but we need to, as we guide forward, whether it's ourselves or somebody else, take the freeing path, take the creative path, take the path that seems to have the most freedoms. And then at the bottom here, we have the Hangman. The Hangman can be really stagnant. If you look, this person's hanging there by their foot. It's like we need to gain more information before we can make a decision. So this is a card of like gaining wisdom, but things aren't moving because there's information that's needed. So I think that's where the guidance is coming in. They just like need guidance before they can move forward. But again, move to that path of freedom, that path of creativity. Let's take a look and see here. In terms of clarifiers, first up we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card of wanting to move away. So we need to, again, move away and go towards the path of freedom, go towards the path of creativity. If there's like a decision of staying or going or keeping what we have or moving on to something new, it seems like moving forward would be the best situation. The Seven of Swords can also be a card of theft, betrayal, dishonesty. So those could be the topics that we need support or guidance on, or that friend will need support or guidance on. At the our next clarifier here is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a card of being very patient. Again, this is moving slow. It's kind of in a stagnant place. Interestingly enough, this is a card that oftentimes relates to money. So there could be a financially better path here as well. But again, more than anything, we need to go towards the freedom path. And at the bottom here, we have the Strength card. The Strength card is a card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, and respect. So providing that love and that respect for those around you, or potentially, again, if you're guiding yourself, providing yourself with that self-love or self-respect. The Lion on this card also is a meaning of courage. And it's a courage to take on something new. Again, with the Hangman, we're kind of just floating here. We're stuck here. But we need to go towards that path of something new. So having that courage to make the decision to move forward here. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. I'm going to pull a quick money card here. It says, money is always moving in alignment with your thoughts. Always focus your attention where you want your money to be rather than where you are currently. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money here, Scorpio. Up first, we have the Tower card. The Tower card is a card, again, of unwanted change. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. This means we plan for A, B, C to happen and D, E, F happen. So I don't know if there's something that you're saving for that may go awry, or there's a project at work and you have kind of a certain game plan and that plan doesn't go exactly as we thought it would. The nice thing with the Tower card is, even though it comes through in a manner we don't like, the Tower card will always put us on the course we need to be on, the path that we need to be on. It's kind of like a course correcting card. So something may pop up and you may feel like it's derailing everything, but in reality, it's actually moving you closer to where you need to be or where you want to be. I'll bring these down just a little, sorry, adjusting as we go. Then the next card that we have is the Justice card. The Justice card, Scorpio, is a card that's always favorable for you. With the Justice card, this is a card of cause and effect. So again, you've put in the hard work, so you're going to reap the benefits. Even if something comes up and it doesn't feel like you are, you're still making the progress here. Your efforts won't go unrecognized with the Justice card. The Justice card can also be finding out information. So potentially, again, maybe you have this whole big, beautiful business plan, and then you find out more information that causes a change to it. So you could be finding out some information. One thing I also want to point out with the Justice card, if you have legal matters, contractual things, matters of the court, any of that kind of stuff, this indicates a favorable outcome for those. And at the bottom here, we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration. This is a card of completion. So I do think that this is, again, going to work out in your favor. It's going to work out really well. It's just, there's a bump here. But we're still celebrating. We're still completing what we need to get completed here, which is great to see. But let's go ahead and clarify this column. First up, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very bold card. And it's a card of leadership. And so, again, as this comes up, whatever it may be, this is going to be important that you guide yourself forward or lead yourself forward, no matter what the situation is. It's kind of like you don't really have a choice here. Like, you are the boss, you are the leader here, so you have to execute accordingly. This is also a position of power, so I don't see you like losing your voice, losing your opinion, losing your position of power in this situation. It's just more information that's coming in that will cause a change for you. The next card that we have is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of nightmare, anxiety, grief, depression. It's a kind of a worry card. It's very much in your feelings and your thoughts. If you look at this person, they're sitting up in bed, stressed out. So I feel like one thing that I was saying with the Justice card, I feel like you think you maybe are not getting credit for some of the things you're doing. So that's kind of some of this overthinking or this worrying or this concern that's happening with the Nine of Swords there. And then obviously the Tower card, it feels like it's throwing a wrench in something, so it's some of the feelings there. But again, things are going to work out. You'll be able to move forward with this information. And it's still like cause and effect. You've put in the hard work, so there will be success there. At the bottom here, we have the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Cups, this is new baby, relationship, proposal. I want to focus on proposal. Proposal in this case is going to come through as like a new opportunity, a new business proposal for you. So this is still leading us places. The completion of this will take us where we need to go. Perhaps you get like partnered with somebody on a project too, and this relationship will end up being really invaluable too. So again, seems like the ending ends up being really positive, even though there's kind of the wrench in there. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, Scorpio, which is anything related to love. We have the card that says, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friend, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Scorpio. First up, we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient. I do think some of you are going to be having some alone time this month, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But like maybe you planned on doing something with somebody and then it ends up being more alone time than like going out with friends or whatever you thought it might be. With the Queen of Swords, this is also a card of being, it's a card of honesty and it's a card of communication. So make sure that you are really communicating your wants, needs, desires this month. Unfortunately, people are not mind readers, or not all of us are mind readers. So just keep that in mind if there's something you want or need. Communication is going to be key to successful relationships this month. The next card that we have is the Ace of Coins. Anytime we have an Ace card, again, it's a card of newness. The Ace of Coins is typically a new money card, but when I see it in the love column, this is new money surrounding you. So you could be moving in with somebody, so going from one income to two incomes. Your spouse could be getting a new job. Maybe your parents are getting a new job, roommate, friend, whatever it may be. But typically this is an indicator of money surrounding the relationship. And at the bottom here, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a very traditional card. It's a very conventional card. I feel like things need to be shook up a little bit here. We need to try something new, try a new hobby together. Things are feeling a little stagnant and boring, and that's not the worst thing. But I feel like something out of routine or out of the tradition needs to happen. So especially if you're feeling bored or stagnant, so going back to that Queen of Swords, making sure you're communicating there. Let's take a look at our clarifiers for this column. First up, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of like defense, feeling like you have to defend yourself. And it's an interesting way that this card is coming through. It's not that you need to defend yourself, but again, you do need to express how you're feeling. Otherwise, people are not going to realize or understand. So again, it's not so much defensive as it is communicating what you're thinking, what you need. The next card that we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. This could be finding out news too. I do think this is the money coming in though. So finding out that that money's coming in, that this person got the job. And it's going to happen really quick too. But it's always good money around us as well as money for us. At the bottom here we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of reflection. It's very innocent. So it's not like things are intentionally boring. Perhaps you just got busy. So again, communicate if there's something more that you would like there. But this is like a gift. So it's like if you ask for it, something you want to do, this is the gift. This is that new activity or that restaurant you wanted to go try. That's that thing coming out of the normal. It's kind of like date night feelings coming through there. Okay, Scorpio, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column. This is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card, I feel balanced. If you've watched my readings before, you know I love anytime a balance card comes up. I think in general, we can all always use more balance, more harmony. So love those balance cards. So in general, I think April will be a pretty balanced month for you. But let's see what other messages we've got here. First up, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a love card. It's romantic love, it's partnership, it's proposal, marriage, so advancement or new relationship coming through here. I think for some of you, this is like the spark being reignited. Like we've maybe gotten a little stale and then we're going to do that new hobby together, that new date night together, but really nice, thriving relationship. So some balance to the relationship, which is great to see. The next card that we have is the Five of Coins. The Five of Coins can be a card of financial issues, but it's interesting. It looks like love life is balancing out as well as anything financial, any financial issues we may be having. So love those back-to-back balance cards for you. And then at the bottom here, we have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, again, is that love card. So definitely some restoring of the love or new love coming in here with the Page of Cups. Let's go ahead and take a look, though, at our clarifiers here. I put them upside down. Sorry. Okay, first up, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, practical, wise. And I feel like this is an interesting spin too. This is more for the next card than it is for this love card. But it's like there could be a new investment opportunity or you're going to start budgeting or saving something. But in general, it's just balance coming into your financial world. So I like to see that balance in the love world and balance in the money world. The next card that we have is the Five of Wands. This is kind of saying like lots of things have popped up financially. It's like lots of little bumps in the road, unexpected expenses. But again, we're balancing out here, which is nice. So we can kind of put all these little bumps and things that keep popping up behind us. And then at the bottom here, we have the Fool card. The Fool card's a card of new beginnings. It's the first card in the Major Arcana. It's fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, adventures beginning. Again, I do see you taking like on a new hobby or weekly date night or something of that sort. But definitely new beginnings for both money and relationships. So I love to see that. Love this fifth column there for you. Okay, now at this time we're going to take a look at our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions, Scorpio. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the Queen of Diamonds. This is number 12 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 9 of Diamonds. This is number 39 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the 8 of Diamonds, the number 44 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, yes, no for you there, Scorpio. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of April. Let's see what we have here. Your crystal this month is Sapphire, which is good for spirituality, wisdom. It really always makes sure you're at the right place at the right time. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, somehow in the midst of struggle, life finds its way to take care of you when you open yourself to receiving healing, and all will be well. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I also did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Scorpio, and I hope you have a wonderful April.